didn't really narrow down and say anything about Tanzania, or it was Raila had offered his candidature, and we communicated with the other countries, and we are really happy that we've gotten that support. So I think the stature of the person of the former Prime Minister speaks for itself, you know, moving around the continent. He is not interacting with strangers. You know, that is the unique thing he brings to this candidature. He is a politician, you know, and when he goes and knocks on the So I think there are very many benefits that we can count on, but that's just one of them.
There are claims that I don't know whether they are claims or if it is a statement of fact that the Southern Africa SADC has said they will have to throw their weight behind the Madagascar candidate. Now, Tanzania also happens to be a member of SADC. Where does this leave us? Are they with us or are they with them, or where are they?
Always keep hope alive. Let's start there. But I mean, I talked about this the other day. These are procedural housekeeping matters. When you come to the EAC, you will find the international candidatures protocol, meaning that if anyone in our region wants to offer themselves as a candidate, there is a way of seeking endorsements and all that to avoid conflict, to avoid more than one candidate seeking the same position, to increase our chances. Now, that's the same thing that would happen in SADC. The candidate from Madagascar is a member of SADC. So SADC issued, in my opinion, and I mean, I've had interaction with my counterpart at SADC, and it's really a routine praxis for them. It's a norm. It's a procedural matter that we encourage you. But, you know, at the end of the day, in a few minutes, I think when we go back in there and the elections start, it's a secret ballot. Yeah.
But I was just asking about our neighbor Tanzania, because they We are talking of Mali, Niger, and Sudan. And therefore, from 55, you knock off 6, you remain with 49. 49, those are the voters that will be that will be participating in this election. Now, should SADC or SADC decide that, yes, they are sticking to their guns, pushing in for their candidate, it is an automatic confirmation that this election will move to the second round. Why? For a candidate to win, they must get 2/3. 2/3 of
Using my voice to say something, using the art to say anything, contribute to the change I need. On the front to be counted in, using my voice to say something, using the art to say anything, contribute to the change I need. On the front to be counted in. I wanna tell the stories, provoking kinda stories. In the world full of worries, Amazon burning kinda stories. I wanna use graffiti, I wanna use puppetry. I wanna use folk stories, I wanna use some music. Funding is what we need, telling different stories. Around the world where it's challenging, raise your hand if you do agree. Using my voice to say something, using the art to say anything, contribute to the change I need. On the front to be counted in, using my voice to say something, using the art to say anything, contribute to the change I need. On the front to be counted in. Artists are also researcher, influencing policy for change. To the festival we go mobilize, after you come we go sensitize. Talking about climate change, using graffiti where we draw again. Conversation in the community, creating solution in the society. Funding is what we need, telling different stories. Around the world where it's challenging, raise your hand if you do agree. Using my voice to say something, using the art to say anything, contribute to the change I need. On the front to be counted in, using my voice to say something, using the art to say anything, contribute to the change I need. On the front to be counted in. Collaboration is a way to go. CSO leader and celebrity, art make you understand climate change. We put pressure on the polluters. We speak to your heart, speak to your mind, speak to your soul, speak to your body, speak to your heart, speak to your mind, speak to your soul, speak to your. Funding is what we need, telling different stories. Around the world where it's challenging, raise your hand if you do agree. Using my voice to say something, using the art to say anything, contribute to the change I need. On the front to be counted in, using my voice to say something, using the art to say anything, contribute to the change I need. On the front to be counted in.
continental, reduzindo a sua independência nacional. Excelências, minhas senhoras, meus senhores, no decurso desta conferência serão debatidas questões de grande relevo.
Your Excellencies, as I conclude, since I'm not the one to deliver the high-level message, we have two leaders who will do it in just a short. But let me take this opportunity to thank all our stakeholders who have journeyed with us. Thank you, Ghana, and our champion, President Mahama, for inspiring the African Union with this theme. I wish to thank you, my dear brother Musa Faki, for your leadership and support. But through you also acknowledge our teams who have worked hard around this theme of the year. Especially, I wish to recognize two ladies. Madam Coleman from your cabinet chairperson and Angela from SIDO. You did an amazing work. Special appreciation goes to Her Excellency Mia Amor Motley, Prime Minister of Barbados and Chair of the CARICOM Authority. You have traveled all the way from home to another home.
Chair. So this election is also to be about the future of the AU.
But then does it mean that this decision you're talking about, the decision that has to be made by the assemblies, should they make it before they cast their vote?
Ideally, yes, but it's certainly not going to happen. It is also fine to make that decision after, because at the end of the day, the heads of states are the drivers of this process. And there's a reform of the AU that is going on, but this reform has not, it has been implemented, but it has not necessarily been able to answer that specific question. It has not really addressed the issue of the prerogatives of the chair of the AU Commission, and leaving it in a stage of not really a commission, but not more a secretary general, a secretariat general as it used to be.
So what do the four candidates then running for the top job bring to the table that is likely to impact the youngest continent in the world?
When we look at the profiles of the people who applied, we see two interesting profiles. Three of them are either foreign minister or ex-foreign minister. The three of them out of the four. The last one is the former Kenyan Prime Minister. He doesn't have the same profile as the three. He's certainly politically the most astute candidate, who probably has the skills, the type of skills that are needed for that position. But I am not sure whether what appears as an advantage for in terms of what the position needs will also be considered like that by those who vote, namely the heads of state. I mean, what I see as an advantage for the Kenyan candidate might actually be a disadvantage for heads of state. I am not sure heads of state want a strong personality, somebody who can speak eye to eye with them and who's able to actually drive them into what the African Union Commission needs to be. So that's the dilemma the Kenyan candidate will face.
But it's good you're talking about the dilemma that the Kenyan candidate will face, but at the same time, let's have a look at, that rivalry that we are seeing within the Eastern Africa region. We're talking about Djibouti Djibouti and Kenya. And this is not the first time it will play on the floor of the House. In 2017, the same thing happened when Kenya fielded their own candidate. And again, that time Kenya wanted the chairman position And Djibouti was like, we are fielding our candidate for the deputy chairperson position. And this actually made the two countries to lose, the positions. Are we likely to see that play again?
It is clear that the Djiboutian candidate is a serious competition. So the Kenyan candidate, Djibouti is a country, is an East African country, but very, very, very special. Not just because of the small size, but also because it's both a francophone, an Arabic, and also somehow by virtue of being in East Africa, Anglophone country. It means that as a Djiboutian candidate, he has networks literally over the continent, in French-speaking countries, in North African countries, but also his networks reach as far as Southern Africa. Right. So he will certainly be a strong competition for Raila Odinga. I see him being a stronger candidate than the Mauritian and the Malagasy candidates.
All right. And lastly, what will be the real test and priority for the incoming chairperson, especially when it comes to the structure of the African Union Commission and the challenges that the continent is currently facing?
I think there are many challenges, but we should not think that the AU is necessarily the conduit to address all those challenges. The AU is not alone. There are member states, there are regional economic communities. There's only so much the AU can do. But as a chair of the person, the challenges are first internally. The reform of the African Union needs to be taken forward, and the chairperson needs to champion that, because there have been there have been obstacles to the implementation of this reform. Secondly, the AU is now taking or embracing a new role as an international actor. The AU has become also a member of the G20, the group of 20 countries, which is a massive leap forward for the African Union, which for the first time is not just going to be dealing with inter-African matters, but also international matters. The AU becomes an international actor. So this is exciting times also for the new chair of the Commission, and then the perennial questions of peace and security, and of course, development, particularly the access to international finance.
All right, Paul Simon Handy, the Institute of Security Studies, East Africa Regional Director and Representative to the African Union. Thank you for talking to us here on Africa Matters.
My pleasure.
We have more stories coming up for you here on Africa Matters, including
David in Jigawa State, Nigeria, with a story of how flooding is devastating lives and properties in northern Nigeria.
Enforced disappearances degrade human rights in any society. I am Darren Alanchayuna in central Uganda, where families painfully live through.
To the family photo, there is only one door open for the family photo, which is gate number 5. Please, protocol teams, lead our leaders to the family photo. And then the second row, please. Distinguished presidents and heads of states from Cape Verde, Cameroon, Central African Republic, Chad, Comoros, Congo, Cote d'Ivoire, Democratic Republic of Congo, Djibouti, Egypt, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Swatini, the Gambia, Ghana, Guinea-Bissau, Kenya, and Lesotho. Please follow our protocol team to the family photo. Excellencies, presidents and heads of delegations from Sierra Leone, Somalia, South Africa, South Sudan, Tanzania, Togo, Tunisia, Uganda, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Algeria, Benin, Botswana, and Burundi.
now.
Représentants des États membres.
The world must never forget that
J'appelais ici sur tous ceux qui nous
Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you for your statement. Thank you for your unwavering commitment. Thank you for dedication towards Africa's peace, development, and unity. Thank you very much. I will now have the honor to invite His Excellency Antonio Guterres, Secretary General of the United Nations, to deliver his statement. Your Excellency.
Monsieur le Président de l'Union africaine, Excellences, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. President Mohamed Ould Ghazouani, thank you for your leadership in the outstanding exercise of your mandate. Presidente João Lourenço, parabéns e aguardo com expectativa a oportunidade de trabalhar consigo como novo Presidente da União Africana. I also want to give a very special expression of gratitude to the Chairperson of the African Union Commission, Moussa Faki, for his 8 years of strong and permanent commitment to multilateralism and impeccable cooperation with the United Nations. Cher Moussa, travailler avec toi est un privilège, un plaisir et un honneur. Excellencies, the partnership between the African Union and the United Nations has never been stronger. Together, we see an Africa booming with hope and possibility. You have a booming, enterprising population, including the largest number of young people in the world. The African continental free trade is poised to turbocharge the region's economy, and calls to address the legacies of colonialism and slavery are growing louder, as reflected in your team this year, and as reflected in the leadership of so many passionate voices for the liberation of Africa, such as the great Dr. Sam Nujoma of Namibia, whose life we celebrate and whose loss we mourn. The world must never forget that Africa is the victim of two colossal and compounded injustices. First, the profound impact of colonialism and the transatlantic slave trade. The roots stretch back centuries, and the bitter fruit continues to affect Africans and people of African descent to this day. Decolonization alone in itself was not a panacea. Political independence did not free countries from structures based on exploitation and decades of economic, social, and institutional underinvestment. It is high time for reparatory justice frameworks to be put in place. Second, Africa was under colonial domination when today's multilateral system was created, and that injustice endures. Look no further than the United Nations Security Council. There is no excuse that Africa still lacks permanent representation in the 21st century. I will keep working with the African Union and all member states to ensure the representation Africa needs and the justice you deserve, including with 2 permanent members of the Security Council. And we will keep pressing together for an international financial architecture that is no longer outdated, dysfunctional, and unfair. Correcting age-old injustices is essential to address here and now challenges. And the good news is that we have many of the solutions we need. Last year, you helped drive that effort at the United Nations with the support that was vital to approve the pact. Our task now is to make those commitments a reality. South Africa's G20 chairmanship
Brikicho, Banture Brikicho, Banture Brikicho, Banture, wanatucheza kibrikicho kibanture Brikicho, Banture Brikicho, Banture Brikicho, Banture, wanatucheza kibrikicho kibanture, wanatucheza Brikicho Banture, wanatupa vikoko sisi tule. Toka kitambo wanatubeba ufala, wamefanya inchi kama apyangu ya tala. Country imekuwa dilapidated, hakuna hope atakuwa educated. Natafuta visa niende far, niwaombe ange mimi nikiwa London. Vitu ziko wrong, zaenda wrong. Ni time ya kustand up, juzao ni kutuchezea. Brikicho, Banture Brikicho, Banture Brikicho, Banture, wanatucheza kibrikicho kibanture Brikicho, Banture Brikicho, Banture Brikicho, Banture, wanatucheza kibrikicho kibanture. Bea mafuta bado muongezea, Federation kwa ball haina direction. AFCON tutahostaje na kuna crusade, symptom tamalizaje na hamna dosage. International tutaenda aje, kwenye radio mingi bongo na Niger. Nitabai aje made in Kenya, na pale KU kuna China Square. Vitu ziko wrong, zaenda wrong. Ni time ya kustand up, juzao ni kutuchezea. Brikicho, Banture Brikicho, Banture Brikicho, Banture, wanatucheza kibrikicho kibanture Brikicho, Banture Brikicho, Banture Brikicho, Banture, wanatucheza kibrikicho kibanture.
Nikuje hapana, nikuje hapana. Walisema nisikam, ona nimewapata. Wali hata kubring chains zao nige marare. Hustle imekuwa zero hata na muscle. Knock knock knock, kwa door tulinok after school. Mawe imekuwa stool, youth kuwa pool. Juu walikuwa ndani mali yetu wakila on mute. Beep beep beep, hoot hoot hoot. Beep beep beep, hoot wafungue. Beep beep beep, hoot wafungue. Wanatucheza kibrikicho kibanture.
Ziko wrong, zaenda wrong. Ni time ya kustand up, juzao ni kutuchezea. Brikicho, Banture Brikicho, Banture Brikicho, Banture, wanatucheza kibrikicho kibanture Brikicho, Banture Brikicho, Banture Brikicho, Banture, wanatucheza kibrikicho kibanture.
Nikuje hapana, nikuje hapana.
Banture Brikicho, Banture, wanatucheza
For anyone with dementia, do not drink warm water.
African countries pay up to 8 times more to borrow than developed countries, and 20 are in or at risk of debt distress. The Pact for the Future supports an international financial architecture reform to reflect today's economy, ensuring fair representation and urging effective action on debt relief. And I will stand with Africa as a matter of justice and to right the historic wrongs. Excellencies, third, the climate crisis. Climate disasters are tearing across Africa, destroying lives, upending livelihoods, devastating economies, and inflaming conflict. At the same time, the renewables revolution is unstoppable, and Africa is poised to become a global clean energy powerhouse. Yet, today, Africa receives just 2% of global renewables investment. Realizing Africa's potential requires access to affordable finance, including by implementing the COP29 finance decision fully and on time, and supporting development of a roadmap to realize $1.3 trillion a year. Excellencies, Africa has contributed little to the climate crisis, yet is paying the price with record droughts, floods, and heat. Climate justice requires a massive investment in adaptation, with the international community bearing an enormous responsibility. Developed countries must double adaptation finance, and countries must significantly boost the loss and damage fund.
Allow me a note. When the Loss and Damage Fund was created, the pledging conference that took place has allowed for an amount that is equivalent at the highest contract for a basketball player in the United States. It is absolutely necessary to make the Loss and Damage Fund an effective instrument to support developing countries in adaptation. And we also need justice when it comes to your abundant critical minerals. Too often, your countries are plundered, bound to the bottom of value chains as others grow rich on your resources. The work of the United Nations Panel on Critical Energy Transition Minerals is designed to help embed justice, sustainability, and human rights across the value chain. Africa's minerals must benefit Africa's people. Excellences, enfin, nous devons agir dans le domaine des nouvelles technologies, notamment l'intelligence artificielle. Près de 2/3 de la population africaine sont privés d'un accès fiable à l'Internet. Nous avons une responsabilité historique, faire en sorte que l'intelligence artificielle profite à l'humanité tout entière et pas seulement à quelques privilégiés, États et compagnie. Le pacte numérique mondial partage les ambitions du pacte numérique africain. Connectivité universelle, renforcement des capacités et une gouvernance responsable de l'intelligence artificielle. Je présenterai bientôt un rapport sur les modèles innovants de financement volontaire et les initiatives de renforcement des capacités afin d'aider les pays du Sud global à exploiter l'intelligence artificielle pour le bien commun. Ensemble, assurons-nous que les promesses seront tenues. Excellences, l'Union africaine et l'ONU sont unis et déterminés à rendre justice à votre continent sans laisser personne de côté. Nous disposons de bases solides pour aller de l'avant. Alors, ensemble, concrétisons ces engagements. Et permettez-moi de dire une dernière phrase dans ma langue maternelle. Digamos com uma só voz, viva África!
Thank you, Your Excellency, for your statement. We highly appreciate your leadership in strengthening the African Union-United Nations partnership. Thank you. السيدات والسادة أصحاب الفخامة والمعالي، يسعدني ويشرفني أن أرحب اليوم بفخامة السيد الرئيس محمود عباس أبو مازن رئيس دولة فلسطين، فلتتفضلوا مشكورين بإلقاء كلمتكم.
Using my voice to say something, using the art to say anything, contribute to the change I need, on the front to be counted in. Using my voice to say something, using the art to say anything, contribute to the change I need, on the front to be counted in. I wanna tell the stories, provoking kinda stories, in the world full of worries, Amazon burning kinda stories. I wanna use graffiti, I wanna use puppetry, I wanna use folk stories, I wanna use some music. Funding is what we need, telling different stories, around the world where it's challenging. Raise your hand if you do agree. Using my voice to say something, using the art to say anything. Contribute to the change I need. On the front to be counted in. Using my voice to say something, using the art to say anything. Contribute to the change I need. On the front to be counted in. Artists are also researcher, influencing policy for change. To the festival we go mobilize. After you come we go sensitize. Talking about climate change, using graffiti where we draw again. Conversation in the community, creating solution in the society. Funding is what we need, telling different stories. Around the world where it's challenging. Raise your hand if you do agree. Using my voice to say something, using the art to say anything. Contribute to the change I need. On the front to be counted in. Using my voice to say something, using the art to say anything. Contribute to the change I need. On the front to be counted in. Collaboration is a way to go. CSO leader and celebrity. Art make you understand climate change. We put pressure on the polluters. We speak to your heart, speak to your mind, speak to your soul, speak to your body, speak to your heart, speak to your mind, speak to your soul, speak to your funding is what we need. Telling different stories around the world where it's challenging. Raise your hand if you do agree. Using my voice to say something, using the art to say anything. Contribute to the change I need. On the front to be counted in. Using my voice to say something, using the art to say anything. Contribute to the change I need. On the front to be counted in.
Five games of hoops on a Sunday. We got the top five right here on NBA.com at number 5. Somebody stop ball. Somebody stop ball. Somebody please.
A hungry man is an angry man. Let's find a way to feed this hungry man. A movement grows from bottom up in the heart of the farm. Unite, unite, let's collaborate. Unholy alliance, break the chain. Unholy alliance in collaboration. Unholy alliance in collaboration. Unite, unite, let's collaborate. Unholy alliance, break the chain. Working with the farmers in innovative ways. Give them support to engage the government. Fund agri-driven interventions. Fixing the leaks, reducing waste. Unite, unite, let's collaborate. Unholy alliance, break the chain. Unholy alliance in collaboration. Unholy alliance in collaboration. Unite, unite, let's collaborate. Unholy alliance, break the chain. Building alliance take a while. Politics never allow me to smile. Competition make food price climb. Taxes at the border had a climb. More funding to the farmer. Organic food we certify. Production on the right. And realizing unite, unite, let's collaborate. Unholy alliance, break the chain. Unholy alliance in collaboration. Unholy alliance in collaboration. Unite, unite, let's collaborate. Unholy alliance, break the chain.
Two days.
ahead of time, Michael called me at my house at 3 o'clock in the morning and said, I want to determine when the show starts. I have a concept for the beginning.
Let me show you Glovo. Order your favorite food and make the night na Skodiako even better. I'ma skip the queue and get your shopping delivered. Download Glovo and order anything you want, we'll deliver.
I chose Australia's best student city. Make Melbourne your choice for study.
A hungry man is an angry man. Let's find a way to feed this hungry man. A movement grows from bottom up in the heart of the farm. Unite, unite, let's collaborate. Unholy alliance, break the chain. Unholy alliance in collaboration. Unholy alliance in collaboration. Unite, unite, let's collaborate. Unholy alliance, break the chain. Working with the farmers in innovative ways. Give them support to engage the government. Fund agri-driven interventions. Fixing the leaks. Reducing waste. Unite, unite, let's collaborate. Unholy alliance, break the chain. Unholy alliance in collaboration. Unholy alliance in collaboration. Unite, unite, let's collaborate. Unholy alliance, break the chain. Building alliance take a while. Politics never allow me to smile. Competition make food price climb. Taxes at the border had a climb. More funding to the farmer. Organic food we certify. Production on the rise and realizing. Unite, unite, let's collaborate.